Hey guys, just gonna film a little mobility practice if you need some downtime, some stretching, an active rest day or recovery day, or you just have nothing else to do. So join me. We're gonna start lying on our backs on our bellies on the mat. Just starting with a nice full body stretch, so reaching those fingertips far away from your head, reaching those toes long away from you. If you can, drop your forehead all the way down to the mat. We're just going to loosen up our shoulders a little bit here. So we're going to flip our thumbs up toward the ceiling. We're going to lift both arms up and then tap them down toward the outer edges of your mat. Lift those arms up. Tap those hands down towards the center of the mat. We're just going to do that a few times through. So lifting up, trying to keep your forehead on the mat, placing those hands on the outsides of the mat. Lifting up, placing them near the middle of your mat. And a few more times. This time, just letting those arms relax for a second. If you can, once you see what I'm doing, keep your forehead down on the mat so that we don't strain our necks. We're going to pull our elbows back toward the bottom of our rib cage, like cactus arms, and then extend them long and straight on our mat. So pull those elbows in, and then send those arms straight. Let's do that about 3 or 4 more times. And then relaxing. I'm going to flip around so you can see what I'm doing. Staying on your belly, one arm on either side of your chest, and then walk them wide and lift your elbows up toward the ceiling. You can come up to your fingertips, or you can keep your hands flat, whichever feels better to you. On an inhale, we're going to lift our chest up. On an exhale, drop your left shoulder down toward the floor. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, drop your right shoulder. Inhale, lift. Just moving with your breath. And swirly shoulders, and this is one of my favorite things to do. It feels really good to me. A few more times on each side. And then relaxing. Bringing your forearms down to the ground, palms flat on your mat. We're going to try to pull the floor back toward your body and push your chest through your arms, through your biceps. So just creating that nice big chest opening stretch. If you're starting to feel this dump into your lower back, release that. Really just focus on opening through your chest, pulling those shoulders down and back. Maybe move your head side to side if you want to, or up and down. Relaxing, coming back flat down to the mat for a full body stretch. Fingertips reach away from you. Legs reach long. Bringing palms under your chin, creating a little pillow here. Or you can stack your fists. Let's focus on some posterior chain. So let's lift nice straight legs up off the ground, squeezing through your glutes, feeling the whole back side of your body light up and engage. And then release your legs back down. Again, lifting up. If you can, pull those feet a little closer together. If you can't, no big deal. And relax. We're gonna do this 3 more times. If you like to hold it for a while, if that feels good, go ahead and hold. Don't listen to me. Just go on your own time. I'm going to lift, squeeze my butt. And lower. Number 2, lift, squeeze. Try to keep your gaze down. I know it's hard when you're looking at me to see what I'm doing. And release. 3rd time, lift, squeeze those glutes. And relax, shake it out, shift side to side. We're gonna lift just our upper body this time. So, arms are long in front of us. On an inhale, we're gonna lift our chest slightly and lift both arms up off the ground. Again, trying to keep your gaze down as much as possible so you don't hurt your neck. Don't hold your breath, keep breathing. Even though your belly is squishing into the floor. And on an exhale, lower down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Last time, inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower down. Legs and arms are going to lift for the next 3 rounds. So shake it out if you need to shake it out. On an inhale, legs lift, arms lift. Find your breath here. And exhale, release. 2 more times. You can take these at your own pace or stay with me, whichever works for you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. If you can, bend those elbows, bring them back toward your lower rib cage. Open up those fingers nice and wide. Hold, squeeze. And relax all the way down. One hand comes to either side of our chest. Walk those hands wide, come up onto fingertips. We're gonna thread our shoulders again. So inhale, lift chest. Exhale, drop left shoulder. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, right shoulder. Inhale, lift. Take a few more times, rounds on each side. As you're ready, you can move it around, shake it out, coming back up onto those forearms. Palms are flat on the ground. On an inhale, reach your chest through your arms. And then relax. 2 more times here. Palms down. Inhale, reach your chest forward. And relax. One more time. Inhale, heart reaches forward. And then relax. Right back to where we started, arms long in front of us. We're gonna lift those arms up, take them to the wider edge or outside your mat, and then arms lift up, bring them back to the middle. So let's, at our own paces, do about 6 to 8 rounds of these. Trying to keep your forehead down or at least your gaze down if you don't like your forehead down on the mat. And as you're ready, just shake it out. Next, we're going to roll onto our backs and open up our hips. Stretch through our glutes. So moving onto your back. Lifting your left leg up toward the ceiling. Rolling that ankle around. I know I'm far away from the microphone, but I'm pretty positive you can hear my ankles crack. The crackiest ankles. And then taking that left leg, crossing it over top the right leg, making sure left foot is flexed. And then just go ahead and see if you can press your knee away from your body slightly. Not too much, don't force it. Then if it feels okay, we're gonna lift that right foot up off the ground, reaching through, grabbing the back of our right hamstring, back of your right leg, and then either keeping your right leg bent, pulling both legs back toward your body. You can also straighten that right leg, whichever feels like a better stretch. That's the one you wanna do. I love finding movement in this position, so if you wanna rock side to side, go ahead. See if you can pull everything in a little bit tighter, maybe even bringing your nose up toward your legs. And then releasing everything. Bringing your knees wide and the bottoms of your feet together. Just relaxing into this pose right now. This butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. Trying to open up those hips. Maybe this is easy and feels like nothing to you. Maybe it feels awful. Just trying to stick with it for a few more rounds of breath. And close your eyes and relax. Reaching your arms long behind your head, keeping your legs right where they are. Stretching down the spine. Now take your legs long away from you, if they'll fit underneath the couch. And relaxing. This time, right leg lifts up toward the ceiling. Roll that ankle around in both directions. And then bending your right knee, crossing right leg over left, making sure that right foot is flexed. You can take your right hand and send your knee a little further away from you. Lifting that left foot up off the ground this time, reaching both arms through, grabbing your left hamstring, and then pulling both legs back toward you, whether your left leg is bent or straightened. Taking some movement if you want to take some movement. See if you can pull everything in a little bit tighter, maybe bringing your nose up towards those legs. And then relaxing, releasing everything. Back to that lying down butterfly position, bottoms of the feet together, knees fall wide to the sides of your mat. This time, try to close your eyes and take 7 to 10 rounds of breath here. And as you're ready, your knees can come back together and make your way up to a seat, however you need to get there. We're going to start now in a Buddha squat. So a deep variation of a squat if you can. Take your feet as wide as you need to, but try to get those heels down on your mat. Lift that chest up, don't let it collapse. It's a Buddha squat, not a gargoyle squat. So if you can, take your elbows and press your knees a little bit wider. I find it helpful to bring my palms together for some leverage. You can open up those arms if you like this. Try to hold in this squat. If you like movement, you can find a little gentle movement here. Don't go crazy. See if you can lift your chest a little higher. Straighten your spine a little more. And we're going to bring our hands down to the ground. And as we lift our hips all the way up to the ceiling, we'll turn all 10 toes forward. So we're just in a forward fold. Relaxing, feeling that stretch down the backs of your legs. Letting your head hang here, reversing the blood flow. This can create a really relaxing sensation for some. Taking a bend in your knees, and we're gonna roll all the way up to standing. I'm not gonna do so because you won't be able to see my face. So from a stand, we're gonna take our feet nice and wide, trying to keep all 10 toes pointed forward. So you're still standing, but now you're gonna fold forward just like me, reaching toward the ground. If you can't reach the ground, maybe knuckles, maybe find a little prop or some yoga blocks or something to ground down to. We're gonna bend into our left knee. If you want to, you can lift those right toes up and even bring your hands up if you want. Trying to get that standing heel down on the ground. If it's not happening, don't worry about it. If you want a little challenge, you can open up those arms nice and wide. You can reach one arm up over your head. Just hanging here, stretching through the inside of that right thigh. Staying low, both hands come down. Right toes turn down, right foot flat. We're gonna send our hips on over to the other side. If you want, you can lift those left toes up. Can't get my heel down on this side today. That's all right. Maybe bringing your hands up or wide. Hands come down. Let's take it to the other side one more time. Shifting our weight, keeping low. Lifting that heel or toe if you can. And then taking it on over to the other side. Last time here. Toe lifts. You can pull those shoulder blades down and back. Walking your weight, shifting your hips back toward the center, and then lifting them up toward the ceiling so you're back in that wide-legged forward fold. Let your head drop. Take a tiny bend in those knees and see if you can walk both fingertips toward your left leg. You can grab onto that left leg and then shift, bend into your right knee and shift away from that leg that you're grabbing onto. Straightening your legs, hands come back to the middle. We're going to the other side this time. Walking both hands over to the right leg. Grabbing on, try not to grab right on your ankle, maybe above, maybe onto your foot, and then bending into that left knee and noticing the stretch through your left lats. Bringing both hands back to the center, a tiny bend in those knees. We're gonna walk heel to those feet a little closer together, making sure our toes are turned out, and then we're gonna drop those hips back into that low squat. Maybe you'll notice that this one feels a lot easier than the first. Maybe it feels the same. Holding here for just a couple more rounds of breath. If you like to move, move. Nice job. And then just carefully coming out of it, lifting your hips up toward the ceiling, turning 10 toes forward. And as you're ready, we're gonna meet on our hands and knees, tabletop position. Moving through some cat-cow stretches. So inhaling, reaching your chest forward, lifting your tailbone up toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, reversing that movement, rounding through your spine, tucking your chin into your chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Coming to a neutral spine, nice flat back. Before we stand up on our knees. So, Vince is probably not watching this video, but we're gonna do actual dragon pose. Not like every single pose that he calls dragon pose. Standing up on both knees. stepping that left foot forward and just dropping down into that right hip flexor. So keep your chest tall. Just kind of sink into it. See if you can just sink a little bit deeper with each breath or every few breaths. If you want a little extra, you can do a chest opener. Inhale, sweep those arms up toward the ceiling. Exhale, bring them right back down, maybe to your hips. See if you can sink just a little bit deeper yet. And then hands come to the ground. We're gonna straighten that front leg, flex through that foot, and send your weight back through your hips. Carefully bringing both knees back together, standing tall on those knees, and then taking it to the other side. Right leg lunges forward, making sure that that knee's pretty solidly over the ankle, and sinking into that hip flexor on the other side. You can take another arm pose if you want, or just let them hang out. Sinking a little bit deeper every now and then if there's space. Inhale, sweep those arms up toward the ceiling, keeping your shoulders down and away from your ears. Bringing those hands back down toward your hips and on down to the floor as we send our hips back, straighten that front leg, flex through the foot. If you have the mobility, maybe try flipping your wrists forward, getting a forearm stretch in there. If you flipped your wrists, go ahead and unflip them before making your way back to two knees. Back down to all fours. One more round of cat-cows. Inhale, lift chest, lift tailbone. Exhale, reverse. Neutral spine. Tuck those toes under. We're gonna lift our hips up and back for a downward dog. Just letting your head hang here. Maybe moving your hips side to side if that feels good. Bringing those feet together to touch. Lifting your left leg up and back behind you. And then bending that left knee, opening your hip to the left side. Let's work on those hip joints a little bit. So we're gonna draw big, giant circles with our left knee in one direction. And then reverse direction. Again, opening up that hip to the left side. See if you can stretch a little deeper here. Straighten left leg up and back. And then coming back down onto hands and knees, tabletop. Shaking it out, moving it around. Maybe finding a child's pose here if you're ready for one. And then moving on to the other side. So hands and knees, tabletop, tuck your toes under, hips lift up and back, downward dog. Bring those feet together. Right leg lifts up and back this time. Bend your right knee. Open your hip to the right. And then drawing those same big circles. After a few in one direction, then reverse. And then open up those hips to the right one more time. Straighten that right leg up and back before bringing your right foot down. Coming back to hands and knees. Everybody take a child's pose this time. Maybe your arms reach in front of you. Maybe you grab your heels. Doesn't matter. And then making your way back to a seat. Taking the bottoms of your feet together in that butterfly pose, but sitting up this time. Just letting those knees fall out to the side. Just holding here. You don't need to force anything. You can push your knees down a little further if you want to. Just let those hips, those legs settle. If you can, wrap your fingers around your toes or your feet. On an inhale, lift your chest tall. On an exhale, hinge forward with a nice straight spine. Keep that nice straight spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and round through your back. And then roll on up to standing. You can cross your legs or sit however you like. Just a little neck stretch here, and then we'll finish up. So dropping left ear to left shoulder. Even looking up at the ceiling. And I'm rolling through the center to the other side, right ear to right shoulder. Maybe looking up toward the ceiling. Rolling back toward the center, hold here, chin to chest. Then chin lifts to ceiling. Head comes back to neutral. One giant inhale. Hold. Open your mouth, let it out. One more time. Inhale through your nose. Hold at the top. Open your mouth, let it out. Thanks, guys. Hopefully you feel a little bit looser or calmer or a little bit of something good. And we'll see you next week.